Hello, everybody, and welcome to Success Interviews. These are where I chat to a fellow female business owner and find out more about why they started their business and how they measure success. I'm really pleased to be joined today by Alex Hughes. Now, I met Alex, I think it was about 6 years ago through the
Yeah,
Association of Professional Virtual Assistants. She's an amazing VA, and well, it's not just VAing that you do now, is it, Alex? Do you want to tell us a little bit more about your business and what you do?
yeah. Thank you, Sarah, for having me today. Yes, so my business is 6 years old, and we met very early on when I was starting my business as Auxilium admin, and that's when I left my job as an operations manager, and I was helping small business owners with sort of admin projects and tasks. That was back in 2017, but very swiftly realised that actually my operations background meant that I was looking at the whole business, giving a business owner a helicopter view of their business, and therefore moved into business consulting and really came official about 2020. So I've been doing that for 3 years, although probably all the time anyway. So my background was in the city. I was a foreign exchange and money markets dealer for 15 years, and then operations and office manager for 17 years. And the reason I set up my business is I got to the end of that 17 years, and lots of people are asking me, can you help me with this project? Or my brother-in-law was out asking me, and various other people asking me to support them. And I thought, I could set up a business doing this. And Auxilium was born out of wanting the business to begin with the fact that I worked for a business that had a Latin name, and Auxilium means to help. It means to aid, assist, and support. So that's how it all came about. And I'm now helping people take a helicopter view of their business with brainstorms and the audits, and obviously operations and office management. But more recently, really importantly, at the core of everything I do is sustainability and helping people create the impacts and put them in place to help the planet become green and have sustainable efforts for the future.
I love that, Alex. I love the meaning of Auxilium. I just think that fits perfectly what you do. And I've watched your journey into sustainability over the last few years, and we've worked together a little bit as well. And I think it's fantastic and how that's really helping small businesses. And when I say small, I mean really, really small, like solo business owners up to maybe
Yeah.
10 employees, because a
Yeah.
lot of the support out there around sustainability, as we've talked about before, is for bigger organizations, and people feel like they can't meet it because it's too much for them to do in one go.
I think the problem is you've got CSR, and the C in CSR is corporate social responsibility. So small business owners feel that that's not relevant to them. So I talk about the C change and replacing the C as community or charity or company. And then you bring it down to the 4 pillars of environment, workplace, philanthropy, and community. And basically, small business owners get it. But I think it can be a little bit daunting when you say CSR. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, definitely. And I love that. And in some training I've done recently, I realized how much actually working as part of a community and working in partnership with others is part of sustainability as well, which
Um,
I'd never realized before.
and all the volunteering and the mentoring and the things you do, networking, all these things are a part of that whole CSR
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah, in fact, even just these videos that I'm doing, you and I today, this is part of CSR. So for those of you watching that are thinking sustainability, I can't do it, it's too much, join me on a video or chat to Alex about how you could
Yeah,
collaborate with her, because all those things actually go towards your sustainability journey as a business owner.
absolutely.
So thank you, Alex. You've talked about why you started your business, so I'm not going to ask you that now because I think we've covered that. So it's okay. That's the thing I love about these interviews is they just evolve as we're chatting, and it's brilliant. So my next question for you, and this is the one that this video is really all about, is how do you measure success?
Well, there are so many things that cover all aspects of the way you run a business. So obviously for me, it's about having happy customers and positive feedback, because the work I do, I want to make a difference. And so if they then refer me to someone else because they're happy and they've given me a testimonial, then those things are really a measurement of success. So for me as well, waking up and having a purpose to my day, and actually the work I'm doing that's aligned to my vision, mission, and values is really important, and that's a measurement of success for me. And being able to pivot and move into different things. I'm sure other people have said this: work-life balance, being your own boss. I also like being challenged. I see that as a success. If I can hit a challenge and complete it, I feel very comforted by that. also for me, from a family point of view, I've got two daughters, two young daughters. Well, I say young, they're 28 and 25. But, you know, seeing them going out into the workplace, being confident and independent, as well as me looking after them and running a business, basically, that is a true measurement of success. So there's so many things, and it's not always the big things that you need to measure for success. So to close it off, I just like success as riding a bike with stabilizers. So I see my clients coming to me, they're riding a bike with stabilizers, they need my support, I support them, and then you see them going off into the distance without the stabilizers, and that means that I've measured my success because they've gone off happy. But I also remember the very first time I did that, I was feeling really bad. Oh my gosh, you know, the client doesn't need me anymore. My husband said, that's because you've done your job. So you've got success from that. So lots of things, but yeah, that's
I
kind of
love
how I measure
that.
it.
And I love how all of these interviews, we don't touch that thing that everybody seems to measure success by. It's the kind of like money is the big thing that everybody talks about all the time, is you're only successful if you're making X amount of money. And actually at no point in what you've shared there did you mention money, because actually it isn't all about the money. And I love that metaphor about the bikes. I think that's just absolutely perfect. You need to get that out there in your marketing, because I think it really sums up what you do. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So on to my final question for today. What one tip would you give to your younger self? It might not be one as well. Some people have had more than one.
Well, with my grey hair, you can tell I've been around a bit. And so tips for the younger self come thick and fast, to be honest. I just remember when I was young, you know, if you asked a question in class, that meant you didn't understand and nobody wanted to put their hand up. So my tip would be to make sure you ask all the questions that you need. Don't be frightened. Soak up the information and knowledge that people give you, and ask for feedback, whether that's good or bad, because we can all learn. And, you know, just a few others, you know, brainstorm your ideas, work on your business, not in it all the time. Taking risks, you know, think outside the box, step outside your comfort zone. You know, change is good, and we've seen a lot of change in COVID. We've all had to change. And as I tell my girls, you know, someone else's journey is not yours. So don't copy someone else, go on your own journey. And you and I know this, Sarah, do what you do best and outsource the rest.
Yeah, I love all of those, Alex. Absolutely fantastic. And that thing about asking for help is something that we all get so scared about doing. But it's okay to say, I'm struggling with this, I need help, and talk to someone that knows more about it than you. I wouldn't say expert, because I think everybody is an expert if they know more than you.
Yeah.
You know, how do we define an expert? I don't think there is a true definition, but to me, it's anybody that knows something more than you. So ask people that know something more than you, and don't be afraid to do it, and be vulnerable. You know, acknowledge what's going on for you, and that you need that bit of help.
I think sometimes as well, it's not only about someone knowing more than you or being an expert, it's about a different perspective. So
Yeah,
someone who's not aligned in your business, you might talk about a problem, and then they may go, well, why are you doing it like that? Or have you not thought of this? And, you know, and it's
yeah,
just somebody else going, and you go, oh, yeah, of course. Because sometimes working at home as well, you're stuck in your own bubble, right? You haven't
yeah.
got the camaraderie of your colleagues. So use your networking friends, and you and I have had brainstorms and things, and
Yeah.
sometimes someone can give you another perspective. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Alex. It's been lovely to catch up with you today and talk about what success means for you. I hope that people have enjoyed this interview. We will pop some details on of how you can get in touch with Alex in the future if you need to. And I hope you'll join me on another video soon. Thanks a lot, Alex.